Alrighty, boys, UFC 321 is upon us. And I gotta say, boys, I'm actually quite excited. But, I'm excited for just a few of the fights, not all of them. I'm excited for a few of the fighters, not all of them. And these are the fighters that I'm going to be doing fighter showcases for this time. So we're going to do Umar Nurmagomedov, who, of course, is facing... Stay down. Twitch J Plug. Umar Nurmagomedov is facing Mario Bautista. Got him. There we go. This player is, I gotta be careful right now because I'm not quite sure the level of player that I'm facing right now. And Umar is one of those characters that, like, his stats are actually really good, but the way he feels when you're using him, it doesn't feel as good as his stats. And I can kind of find myself behind a lot of times with Umar Nurmagomedov. And a lot of times when I get behind with the striking, a lot of times for me to actually come back, I gotta, like, pivot to a grapple heavy style. There we go. And I don't want to do that. I really don't want to do that, especially now that I'm facing Sean O'Malley. I kind of want to showcase Umar's striking here. So a lot of times when I'm facing someone that I'm not quite sure the level that they are at, and they start doing things that are a little bit, like right there, stuff like that where I'm like, oh, is that one of those guys? I gotta, like, hunker down a little bit and make sure that I get the lead, not the other way around. Head kick. Nope. All right, that won't happen again. Nice step. Yes, he's facing Mario Bautista. So we're gonna do a showcase of him, as you guys were doing right here. I think I'm going to do Alexander Volkov. He's facing Jailton Almeida. I really don't want to use Jailton Almeida. Back up. Rakish as well. I think I'm gonna do a showcase with him. Maybe we'll see. Depends on how I'm feeling. And then we're definitely doing the guys in the main event, right? We're doing... There we go. We're doing Tom Aspinall. Back up. Back up. One. There we go. We're doing Tom Aspinall and we're doing Siragon. Sorry, I'm like... sounding like a broken record right now, repeating myself over and over again, but I'm really trying to see if I can focus with this fight. My opponent has done a few things that kind of worried me a little bit, and again, when I'm using Umar Nurmagomedov, I try not to make mistakes that will set me back, and then I gotta, like, fight with grappling just to try to get back into the fight. His striking, although he has some very, very good weapons, his side kicks to the body, his I know he has the hook kick as well. He's got the turning side kicks to the body. His reach is also quite reasonable. He's fast enough. He has all the weapons that you might need to put on a really good striking performance. But there's just something about him that can feel very odd. Someone else like that, especially if you're trying to do, like, sim with him. If you go full meta with Umar Nurmagomedov, you'll have a much easier time. Same thing with Sean O'Malley. If you try to play Sean sim, he can feel very, very weird. Just off. Hey. Oh, that was so close. No. Yeah, Sean can feel slow. He can feel sluggish. His punches can feel unathletic because of the recovery. Because the recovery is not snappy. It doesn't, like, snap right back. A lot of times you can find yourself open. Like right there, you see how his straight drops. Watch when my opponent throws a straight punch again with Sean O'Malley. Notice if he whiffs, you notice how his straight punch, like, drops all the way before actually coming back to base. Stuff like, if you have an animation like that, it can make your striking feel very sluggish, like really, really sluggish. Mm-hmm. Body here. Mm-hmm. 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 Oh! Spin on him when we can. Hey. Hey. There we go. All right, we're good now, boys. We good. We good. We good. Unless I make some stupid mistake, we are fine. I've got this fight in the bag. Yeah, I got him. I got him. But I could have seen myself absolutely lose this fight, bro. This is the kind of fight that I lose if I don't pay close attention in the beginning. Where I'm like, this guy has done a few curious things now that kind of lets me know that he knows what he's doing, right? I got to be careful. I got to make sure that I don't fall behind. A lot of times I make a mistake of either noticing and not caring, and then it ends up biting me in the behind, or a lot of times I just don't even notice at all, and then my opponent kind of jumps me. A lot of times when I lose in this game, to be honest with you guys, it's like I get jumped. I get jumped in the sense that like they just get a lead quickly, and I'm like freaking out, like, oh my god, I gotta like, and this game is kind of realistic in that sense that like you really want to have a good start. Like you really want to have a good start playing UFC 5. You don't want to be behind, like especially if you're facing a good player, because when you get behind, you get more desperate. And when you get more desperate, you leave yourself open more, and that's usually what leads to you getting stopped. So there you go. I don't know who I'm going to use next. I'll just surprise you boys. All right. So, depending on how this fight goes, I mean, I don't know. Let's just get a fight with Rakish. I am a fan of his character model. A lot of times when I use him, it's because of that. I don't like his fight stance. I hate this idol with a passion. I hate the way the lower midsection, I mean the legs, I hate the way it moves. I hate this idol, dude. Any fighter with this idol just pisses me off, but it's okay. John's idol is one of my absolute favorite. I love how sturdy it feels when I'm using him, and any other fighter with that idol, I'm just a big fan of it. I don't like the fighters that like bounce way too damn much. Doom, 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 doom. It's just so weird and awkward. EA just did not handle that properly. In UFC 5, they didn't. Huh. So this man likes the straight left hook, roundhouse to the head. Spot 427. Head kick, maybe? Okay. All right, I got you, brother. Yeah, he loves his head kicks. All right, so he defers to the head kick. There's certain players, stay down for the love of God. Certain players defer to... No, that was a scramble. I swear to God. Yes, it did. Okay, good. Shouldn't have even let him get that slam. Spin. Nope. Yes. Yeah. Uppercut. Okay. Head kick. Yeah. Have you guys noticed this bug that happens to Jon Jones? Like, notice how his arms just got ridiculously short? It happens all the time with Jon. For some reason, his character model will just change. And he'll develop this T-Rex arm shit. It usually gets fixed. Just pay attention to this. If this is the first time you've seen it, like right here, I think it's fixed. Hold on. Now it's fixed. You see that? It's no longer T-Rex. Yeah. Something usually happens for the arm to... No. He got it. Fucking asshole. A lot of times something has to happen for the arm to do that. If you want to see this Jon T-Rex thing in action, try to do career mode with Jon Jones. It's like perpetual. It's just how it is. There's nothing you can do to fix it. It's so annoying. It's actually the main reason why I've... No. In what world? It's the main reason why I've never done, like, a version of career mode with John. I just cannot stand what happens to his character model, dude. It's like the arm just freaking shrinks, and it just... John Jones with tiny T-Rex arms just doesn't even look like him anymore. Like, there's certain fighters that you can give them the wrong body and it still looks like them. Like Jose Aldo, for example. You can give Aldo the wrong body. Actually, a lot of fighters in MMA, you can give them the wrong body and it still looks like them. But there's certain fighters that there are a few things that are distinct about them that if you don't get that right, it doesn't look like the character, no matter how much you try anymore. With John, his long arms, you got to represent him. Head kick. Yeah, I knew it. You got to you have to represent his long arms. Like, imagine trying to do a character model of Roy Nelson, big country, and you don't have his giant belly. You know, you give him a six pack. You know, then you're like, that's not really Roy Nelson, buddy. You could give him the giant beard and everything, but without the giant belly, it ain't Roy Nelson. Or, you know, when you think Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson, right? You think about how short he is. He's a short individual, and I can say that because I am a short individual myself. So fucking chill, relax. But my point is, like, imagine making Demetrius Johnson like, I don't know, 5'9" or something. It's just it'll be just, you know what I mean? You'll look at him like, what the like, that does not look like him. Right? Stefan Struve, and you make him 5'10". So, I think I've labored the point. I can shut the fuck up about it now. I realize I get this thing from my dad where I over-explain things. And as I get older, the worse it gets. And I'm trying to, like, keep that in mind because I love listening to my father talk. But my God, sometimes I'm just like, Dad, I got the point. The 10th time you made it. But he's such a... He's a very detailed man. He's so detailed that, like, he will explain the same thing to you 10 different ways just to make sure that you really understand what he's trying to say, right? And it's also, I think it's also him just really enjoying, I guess it's what they call, what our modern day society calls mansplaining, which mansplaining is just, it's just silly talk for trying to describe man's natural desire to explain things. You know, it's not a toxic trait like our society tries to make it out to seem. It's not a toxic trait. Men just typically love explaining things, especially when they understand what they're explaining, you know? Same thing when you talk to an anime fan and he's explaining the character to you. It's just fun explaining it, you know what I mean? So yeah. I find myself doing the same shit sometimes. Right? I guess you gotta try to find a balance, right? You gotta try to find a balance where, like, you say as much as you want to say and then you leave it at that, versus the other extreme where you're Kratos. You know? A man of few words. Like, Kratos is not a man of few words. He's a man who literally barely speaks. Just grunting all over the place. Like, I don't like that either. You know what I mean? We gotta have a nice balance where you talk, you say what you need to say, but when you're done saying it, you kind of move on, I guess. Boom! Yep. And he keeps ducking because he thinks I'm gonna go to his head. Hey, that leg is nice and toasty. Oh, this man might get leg kick TKO'd, boy. Actually, excuse me. It's been a long time since I got a leg kick TKO, and I need it. No. Yep, I know, bro. I know. I have you nice and studied. No. I'm not gonna go to your head when you think I'm gonna go to your head, boy. And I'm taking your legs with me, though. I'm leaving here with something. No. Do you think I didn't know that was coming as well? That you're going to start shooting desperately now that your legs are all jacked up? I know that. No. I know that. Hey! Yeah. My baby. My baby. You guys know how much pride I have in the fact that there is something inside of this game that players use that came from my head? Do you know how dope that is? Like how happy that makes me? The fact that there will be no... Actually, it's not just one thing. It's not one thing. It's the pivot lunges as well, and the block counters. There we go. Got him. Got him. Oh, and also don't forget. You know, sometimes I gotta toot my own horn because people be forgetting my contributions to this game. When UFC 2 was being made, right? Every single fighter had the same exact animations. The same exact one. Same animations. I had to go and bring out Fight Night Champion. I literally had them load up Fight Night Champion. And I was like, guys, look. Ali has a different punch animation. Tyson has a different one. David Hayes. I mean, look at all these guys. And they were like, oh, that's right. These fighters need different punch animations. Yeah. It's kind of wild. It's kind of wild, man. It's kind of wild. It's kind of wild. But it's okay. Let's move on. I love it. I love it. Sometimes UFC players piss me off. Other times they make me very, 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 very happy. Like when I pick a fighter and my opponent immediately goes for their opponent. That's like, oh yeah, this man knows ball. This man knows ball. I respect you, sir. Even though you're playing like a complete bum right now, I still have a lot of respect for you. The fact that you picked the actual opponent means you know the fights that are coming up. That's one, which tells me you're a fan of MMA and not just loading up the game for whatever. And two, tells me you want to role play. So thank you, sir. Thank you. As I beat your ass right now, I want you to know I am doing it with nothing but respect and admiration for you, sir. Boom. Unfortunately for Alexander Volkov, he's going to be on his back a lot this fight. And Jailton Almeida is not going to be striking with him. So I hope he... the thing with heavyweights, man. Like if you guys go back and you watch Alexander Volkov's fight against Tom Aspinall, it's just heavyweights, man. It's so easy to get them flat on their back. As soon as Tom Aspinall took this man down and ended up in half guard, he just, boom, flat on his back. And of course, with half guard, that's the last thing you want to do. You don't want to be flat on your back. You want to be on your side. There we go. Because when you're on your side, then you can actually mount some kind of offense. But if you're flat on your back, passing your guard or passing that half guard becomes significantly easier. And I suspect the same thing is going to happen in this upcoming fight. I think Jailton Almeida will take this man down. He's not blocking. All right. He'll take this man down. He's going to flatten him out very, very easily. And I think he's just going to dominate him on the ground until he finds a submission. Probably a Kimura. If I had to guess, I see a Kimura submission in Volkov's future. I do. I will say, though, I'm rooting for him to win this fight. I really, I'm not the biggest fan of Jailton Almeida. I'm not saying I don't like him. I just, because some of y'all don't understand. What do you mean you don't like him? What do you mean you hate him? That's not what I said. I said I'm not the biggest fan of him. It's like, whew, MMA community and understanding nuance, bro. It's impossible. Absolutely impossible. Anyways, we are going to move on to the fighters in the main event. Let's do it. Yeah, good luck with that, buddy. Good luck with that, buddy. Good luck with that. It. Oh, shoot. I shouldn't have wished him luck. Dude, if this man... Oh, he is actually doing some serious damage. This is what I don't want. I don't want to... I don't... There we go. Freaking Sirigan is another fighter like that, man, that I keep saying I don't like. I don't like his stance. I don't like his animations. I just don't like the way he feels. And I definitely don't want to lag behind when it comes to striking, especially against a Mike Tyson player who is using all the movement. Yeah, you're trying to bait me. I'll kick your legs, buddy. I'll kick your legs, and I'm gonna use elbows on the inside. Don't think I don't know how to fight Tyson. I know how to fight Tyson. Come here. I got you. Hey, hey. Nope. Yeah. I know how to fight Tyson. Back up. Elbow. Come here. Elbow. Elbow. Yes. The way I'm using these elbows, this is how they were intended to be used, boys. When you're facing someone like this, that's like trying to like glue themselves to you. This is the perfect time to start, especially when they have a shorter reach and they're more powerful. Exchanging punches with them too much is not the best idea. This is when you start pulling out these elbows. Right? Back up. I tricked you. Back up. Back up. No. Hey. Hey. And knowing when to retreat is also very important. There we go. Right hook. Boom. Goodbye. There we go. There we go. That Tyson was actually quite interesting. He was very, very interesting. Look. When you're done fighting Romero's Mike Tyson, dude, no other Mike Tyson measures up. I'll tell you that much. If you ever find yourself in a situation where you're striking with Romero and he has Mike Tyson and you can't wrestle him, it's not a fun time. It is not a fun time, boys. I'm telling you right now. It's actually one of the worst times. Oh my God. But it trains you. So when you run into a much lesser Tyson, you're just like, oh, I know what to do. I know how to handle this. I know how to handle this. All right. We are going to move on to the last fight of the day. It is going to be Tommy Aspinall. What would it take? Oh. Alrighty. Tommy Aspinall. Thank you. Hey, Sirigan. I got a question for you, bro. What would it take? What would it take? If you don't know what I'm asking you, Sirigan, you should be very, very grateful. You should be very grateful. Yeah, Tom is a very, very interesting person. He really is. Forget the fighter. I really do enjoy listening to him, how candid he is with, you know, every time he's talking. He just has this air of authenticity to him that is refreshing. It really is. There we go. And I think it's also more refreshing to hear that from someone who might as well be a freaking superhero. The man is 6'5". He's a world champion heavyweight. You know, he's you can fit the UFC released all of his fights the other day, and every single last one of them fit within 30 minutes, which is completely fucking absurd. The man just goes in there and just deletes people and then walks out. You know, he's as elite as they get at heavyweight, bro. He really is. And then he talks about how he feels fear. He's afraid of everybody he fights, and yet it doesn't let him stop. It doesn't let the fear stop him, right? He will also just very candidly discuss his skill set, honestly, which is the kind of thing that you know, if you're a fan of Tom Aspinall, it's the kind of thing that should absolutely give you it should make you feel relaxed. Like you guys are you're in good hands. He's not gonna lose anytime soon, because like one of the recipes for, oh come on man, I thought I sidestepped that. One of the recipes for longevity in this sport is honest assessment of oneself. Like, I remember watching an interview where they were asking him, is there anything at all that you think you do better than Jon Jones? And he's like, no, I don't think so. Even though I could list a few things I think he does better than Jon. I think he's a better boxer than Jon. I think he's faster than Jon. I think his movement is also better than Jon Jones's. He's more nimble. He's more fleet-footed and all that. So in terms of skill set, I think there's definitely skills he possesses that Jon doesn't, right? But he said, you know, he doesn't think that there's anything he does better than Jon. And he was like, so why do you think you beat him? He was like, because I'm younger, I'm more athletic, I'm also larger than him. So he's like crediting all of that to physical attributes, essentially. And he's saying that's what will give me the edge to deal with this guy that I consider to be more skilled than me. And to me, it's like, it's such a humble way of like assessing yourself. And it's such a, it shows you, all right, this honesty, like you could, okay, I know what I'm going to use to my advantage when I actually run into Jon. Right? I'm not going to try to go skill for skill with him. And this is where a lot of people make horrible mistakes when facing Jon Jones, trying to go straight skill for skill. A lot of times, man, you end up staring at Medusa. You know what I mean? We've seen that so many times. A lot of times you need other things in there, you know, to deal with Jon. Reminds me of when Conor said, you need height, you know, reach, attributes to deal with me. If you come in here with me equal, I'll tear you limb from limb. Conor said something, and I was like, you know what, there's some fighters that are just like that. Like, you can't just approach them skill for skill, man. You're gonna need something way more than that, right? And then Tom is also very self-deprecating in a fun, jokey way. You know, like the thing with Nina. And then there was another, hey, I forget who he was talking to. Was it DC? It was either Daniel Cormier or somebody. We're talking about nicknames, and someone said, what about third leg or something? And and Tom was like, does that mean you have a big penis? And then the guy was like, yeah. And he was like, that's not me. That made me laugh so hard, bro. I wish you guys knew the interview I was talking about. That was so funny. Maybe that's why he's talking about fingers and stuff. He's gotta, you know. Either way, my point is, I understand why people like Tom Aspinall. I really do. Boom, boom. Got him. There we go. I don't suspect he's going to lose this fight. And that's not me counting out Ciryl Gane. I think it's a very interesting and very compelling fight. And I'll put it this way. I actually would not be surprised if Tom were to lose. I wouldn't be surprised if he lost. But I don't see him losing. I think he's going to win. And the reason is because Tom is also the kind of fighter that is smart enough to do what he needs to win a fight. He's not too cocky that he's going to go in there and only strike with Ciryl Gane. And if you're getting out wrestled by Francis Ngannou, and then of course we saw how easily Jon Jones dismantled Ciryl Gane on the ground, there's no doubt in my mind that Tom Aspinall, the guy that at one point was teaching jujitsu classes. You know what I mean? Like, he's a black belt. You know, he's already demonstrated he has very good wrestling, very good grappling. Hey, that was nice as he was coming up. Wow. I need to lab that a bit more. Interesting. So yeah, I don't suspect that Tom is gonna just go out there and like play this patty cake style of I hit you, I tag this, you know, this game of tag that Sirigan enjoys playing. I think eventually Tom is gonna drag him to the ground. He's gonna do exactly what he does, you know, to Sirigan. He's gonna either get flat on his back. He's going to try to use jiu-jitsu to try to freaking deal with the wrestling as opposed to using proper takedown defense. Eventually, he's gonna give something, and Tom is gonna get him out of there. You know, that's what I think is going to happen. But you also never know. MMA is one crazy batshit insane sport, and all kinds of crazy shit always happens. But that's going to do it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I know I rambled a little bit too much. Hope you guys don't mind. If you enjoyed it, leave a like on it. I'll see you boys later. As always, stay safe. Peace out. Have a good one.